How's everybody doing on this beautiful Monday, man? 6 days and some odd hours before the Super Bowl 59 takes off against my Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, versus the two-time Super Bowl defending champions, Kansas City Chiefs. But this live isn't going to be about that, man. This live, man. But before I even begin, man, how y'all doing? How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday? I'm out here in good old Texas, man. It's a good 84 degrees. It's hot, man. Like, Texas has some of the most weirdest weather that I have ever experienced, man. We literally had a winter storm, like, not even a week and a half ago. And now today it's 84 degrees. It's going to be in the 80s all week. And we're in the middle of winter, or what's supposed to be winter. Like, what's the temperature like where y'all at? If y'all drop in the comments, man, what's the weather like where y'all at? Whether you're in Florida, whether you're in Sarasota, Minnesota, Vermont, wherever you're at, man, tell me what the weather's like where you're at, man. Tell me how you're doing. And remember, like, subscribe. It gets us in the algorithm, gets this channel growing to where it needs to be. Again, can't do this without you guys. Love each and every one of you guys. But, man, today is feeling good, but it's definitely not good for Dallas Mavericks fans. I'll tell you that. It is probably one of the worst days in Dallas Mavericks history. This day is probably worse than when Dirk Nowitzki retired. This is probably worse. This is probably worse than that winter storm we had in 2021. Because what harebrained scheme, what harebrained idea do you have to have the fortitude, the mitigated gall to trade five-time NBA All-Star, a prolific generational talent, and Luka Doncic? Who came up, now obviously I know Nico Harrison, the general manager, is the one that concocted this little plan to trade Luka Doncic. Hey, yo, Priyam Singh, watch from prison. Hey, man, free my guy Priyam, bro. Free my guy, man. Thanks for showing up. Josh Nakura, hi, how you doing? Man, I don't get it, man. Why would you trade a five-time NBA All-Star to the Los Angeles Lakers? A historic rivalry, right? Why? And the reports are coming out are saying that the Mavericks brass were having a hard time wanting to give Luka Doncic, again, mind you, a guy that was just in the Western Conference Finals, in the NBA Finals during his tenure with the Mavericks. And you're trading him for a guy because, let's get this straight, the Mavericks brass said that they had concerns about Luka Doncic's conditioning, and the fact that he was pursuing a commitment for a supermax of $345 million that he was well deserved. It was well deserved. Anybody that says that Luka Doncic was not worthy of this $345 million contract is like they're smoking something that is definitely good to make him that delusional. Because again, the guy is a five-time NBA All-Star, and the fact you had a problem with his conditioning, high end. I have a math test. I did not read anything. Hey, high end. So pretty much, man, this live is about the stupidity and the mitigated fortitude and the mitigated gall of the Dallas Mavericks to want to trade a five-time NBA All-Star and Luka Doncic, man. And Priyam Singh overspeeding without registration. Hey, man, I got a couple speeding tickets myself, man. So you definitely gotta be careful with that. But man, you have a problem with his conditioning, but you trade him for a guy that has not proven that he can play consistently a whole season. I know Anthony Davis did good last year. I'm not taking that away from the guy. I'm not taking anything away that Anthony Davis has already done in his tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers. But I'm not trading him for Luka Doncic on the basis that I'm concerned about his conditioning, when you really should have a bigger concern about Anthony Davis not being able to play a full season, having these knick-knack injuries. Now, I know Luka Doncic, and that's definitely a problem. I'm not going to say that the Mavericks brass is just completely wrong. I'm not saying that. I am saying that it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, because you're trading a guy to the LA Lakers to an old-ass LeBron, and we don't even know if LeBron is going to be just in the coming days, if he's going to request a trade, because now we have reports that Kyrie Irving is requesting a trade from the Dallas Mavericks. This isn't going to be good, because using my casual basketball knowledge, you trade Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks with a guard that you play very well, with the pick and roll. And now that Kyrie Irving is going to request a trade, that whole plan is going to be quashed, because if Dallas, man, Nico Harrison needs to be fired. Bro, I'm sorry. He needs to be brought into that back room and given a long, hard conversation, because the trade essentially doesn't make sense. Because when you trade Luka Doncic and you made nobody else aware of it, even Kyrie Irving was taken by surprise, to the point where now he is requesting a trade. A trade. And I don't know the ramifications. I don't know the specifications of his contract. But if he can trade himself to another team, this is so bad for Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks have set themselves back for the next 5-10 years, because you gave away a generational talent to get a guy who's also a generational talent, but can't play consistent basketball because he's not on the court. And what do we know about sports? The best ability is availability. And Anthony Davis has not proven that he is consistently available. Yes, Anthony Davis can give you a lot more than Luka Doncic can on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a generational talent that you traded because you had a problem with his conditioning, even though the guy has taken you to a Western Conference Finals. He's taken you to an NBA Conference Finals. He didn't win it, but if you look at how that Boston Celtics team was created, that Dallas Mavericks team had no chance at beating them last year. Everyone knew that. If you were a betting man, even if you were a casual betting man, you were not betting on the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of people in Dallas weren't even betting on the Dallas Mavericks to beat the Boston Celtics. We were happy to be there, because we haven't been there in quite a long time, since 2011, when Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, and those guys beat a hot Miami Heat team with LeBron James, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Mike Miller, and those boys, man. We haven't been there a long time. So obviously, if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, you're very happy to be in a conference finals and the NBA finals, even though you're not expected to win. You're not even betting on your own team to win. This is like the Dallas Mavericks playing a regular season game against the 2008 Patriots. Yeah, I'm saying we're happy to, play a Super Bowl contending franchise, but we're not expected to win that shit. And Nico Harrison, bro, I'm really, really curious, because then he has the gall to say Jason Kidd sitting next to him, and Jason Kidd is seething. Jason Kidd is seething, capital S, seething, because he's saying that Jason Kidd is on board, and our view for the kind of players we want are completely aligned. Man, if I ain't seen no more bullshit, man, I haven't heard or seen so much bullshit since the Texas rodeo. And y'all know a lot of bulls be shitting over there, so So like the amount of bullshit that Nico Harrison was spilling to people who watch the game of basketball religiously, not including myself, like the viewers, y'all, like like he lying to y'all talking about that this was a great move. No, the hell it wasn't, because now Kyrie Irving is leaving. Kyrie Irving is leaving, and isn't Anthony Davis still injured? Like doesn't he have some kind of lingering calf injury that's bothering him? Man, and that is just crazy. You traded a guy because you were concerned about his conditioning, even though the guy is a five-time NBA All-Star. Five-time NBA All-Star, but you have a problem and a concern with his conditioning. But you didn't have a problem with it 5 years ago. Like, you didn't have a problem with it 2 years ago when he took you to the Western Conference Finals. Hey, Halima, how you doing? Hold on, let me make you a mod, Halima. Make you a mod. And shout out to you, Halima. But man, I just don't understand these general managers. Eagles need to trade for Luka. Hey, man, if Luka can be a tight end, hell, I'll take Luka. Hell, I'll take Luka as a tight end. But you still gotta pay him, though, just for name's sake. But my thing is, you traded a guy for his conditioning, but you got a guy that's not consistently available. Like, what kind of sense does that make? So pretty much, and I've seen this comparison on Twitter. It's kind of like trading Beyonce from Destiny's Child for Chili from TLC. That's what I get from this, because there's just no way. There's no way that you can just like justify trading a guy because you didn't want to give him a max contract. Now you're about to lose one of your other prolific all-stars in Kyrie Irving, and now you just set your franchise back 5-10 years. Because who's going to want to come just to see Anthony Davis? And again, I'm not taking anything away from Anthony Davis, but you can't expect people to want to show up knowing they don't have a chance of winning. People don't have money like that these days, man. Like, the game of basketball is already getting super expensive, man. Like, the average household only makes $45,000 a year, but yet game tickets, even for nosebleed seats, are $500+. And now you're trading away the guy that brought you all that revenue. What is Mark Cuban thinking? Is Mark Cuban in the like Illuminati, man? Like, did somebody put a gun to his head and be like, hey, man, you need to trade Luka or we're going to do like X, Y, and Z to you? You know what I'm saying, man? Like your whole family's going to come back dead if you don't trade Luka. Man, that's just so crazy to me, man. Like, that is so insane, because I don't see how this is going to pan out for the Mavericks. I really don't. Because, yeah, you got Anthony Davis. You got a good, like, defensive player that's really good in the pick and roll with Kyrie. But if Kyrie is wanting to leave, what does that even matter? Kyrie doesn't even really have to play if he doesn't want to, because, you took away the guy that he wants to play with. He's not obligated to play with you. Tran, bro, Mark Cuban no longer owns the team. Like, you've been living under a rock. No, but I'm just saying, though, like, who in the Mavericks brass, why in the hell would someone in the Mavericks brass even concoct the idea of that, Tran? That, like, man, like, that's what I'm saying. Like whether Mark Cuban owns the team or not, it's the fact that someone in the Mavericks brass, Nico Harrison and everyone involved, thought it would be a great idea to trade away a generational talent. Again, a 5-time NBA All-Star who took you to Western Conference Finals. And when he took you to that Western Conference Finals, he beat a hot Phoenix Suns team. And everybody remembers that when he was draining them threes in front of the Phoenix crowd and got stomped out by the Golden State Warriors, and we all know what happened with that one. And again, like, nobody was betting on the Mavericks like to beat the Golden State Warriors. Okay, let's just be clear about that. Okay, cool, whatever. But the fact that, like, you let the guy go because you didn't want to pay him because, like, you thought he was, lazy in his conditioning, but the guy gives you 35, 10, and 7. Now, I'm not saying that's his 2 Trend, because they are a group that mostly focus on casinos, other ventures. Yes, 2 Trend, I do agree with that, and I was getting to that because I was talking to like one of my friends who's in the like casino business out in Vegas, whatever, and they're saying that a lot of gambling is coming out here to Dallas. So maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. And yes, it is a and yes, it is a terrible move. Like nonetheless, because who are Dallas Mavericks going to come to see? Who are Dallas Mavericks fans like going to come to see now? I know Anthony Davis is a generational talent, but he's not a household name. He's not LeBron James. He's not Steph Curry. He's not Luka Doncic. Like, he's none of those guys. So me as a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I'm not really a Dallas Mavericks fan, I am a player fan. So when Luka Doncic went to the Lakers, you know what I'm saying, I damn near debated on buying a Luka Doncic jersey, but obviously, like, that's a whole other topic. This is not what this is about. This is about the stupidity of a franchise that was doing so well. They were bringing in the people. They were filling seats. Man, people weren't worried about the prices because you know who you're coming to see. And now you just set yourself back like 5-10 years. Like, you just set yourself back like 5-10 years. And then they go out, like the media goes out and lies to the people talking about LeBron James was frustrated with Anthony Davis. And LeBron James came out on Twitter saying, like, that's a fucking lie. Now, whether we can, you know, like, believe like LeBron James and the wealthy elite on like whether the media was lying or not, that's a whole different story. But what we do know is that LeBron James was absolutely not frustrated with Anthony Davis, even though it can be argued that he has every right to be upset with Anthony Davis for a lot of the Lakers' woes. But that's that's a whole other story that we can delve into at a later time. 2Trend, they didn't foresee such grave negative reaction from Dallas. What? Yeah, too, and I definitely agree with you. This was a move that came out like a thief in the night. Like, who would have thought? Like, in a million years, like, you can't, like y'all seen the Avengers, right? Like, I think it was Endgame, right, where Doctor Strange was going through a list of possibilities of beating beating Thanos, and he went through like a million other possibilities, and he came back and said like there were like 3 or something like that. Who would have guessed out of a million possibilities that the Dallas Mavericks would trade away their marquee franchise player that brought people in seats and that brought revenue to the franchise? Man, and I just don't know where we go from here. The Dallas Mavericks already weren't doing too well. Let me look at their record. Hold on a second. What is the Dallas Mavericks' current record?
The Mavericks are 26-24 right now.
They're 26-24. They're 20. Yeah. Yeah, 2Trend, I agree. Nico Harrison is going to need more protection than that woman that killed Selena. Man, he's going to need so much protection. Man, Donald Trump might sue him just because, like, he's just getting too much security attention. Terrence Conner, what's up, my boy? How you doing, man? Eagles or the Chiefs, y'all? Come on, Terrence. Come on, Terrence. Do I even gotta... Come on, Terrence, man. Like, I know you see my last 2 lives, man. Like, the last 2 lives jumping like grits out of a frying pan. Like, and again, thank y'all. And again, thank you guys so much for showing out for that live, man. Like, that live got over 3K views, like the most views I've ever had on a live before. So thank you guys so much for showing up and showing out for your boy, getting me into the algorithm, making this channel grow, man. And I can't do this without you guys. Remember, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Terrence Conner, who finna win? What do you mean who's finna win? The Eagles are going to look, man. The last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2018, we stopped Tom Brady's 3-peat. Like, y'all remember that? Because Tom Brady won in 16, he won in 17, and if he would have won in 18 versus us, he would 3-peated. Like he would 3-peated. So the Eagles are Super Bowl 3 point. No. The Eagles are 3P killers. We're 3P killers. And that's why I know we're going to win. And like over half the nation is already tired of Kansas City. Like my guy, 2 Tran. Like he's already tired of Kansas City. So, but again, I'm not going to say it's a definitive win. But hey, I think we can Drew Reed, Chiefs King. Get out of here, Drew. Get out of here, Drew. Even though I got a Patrick Mahomes jersey upstairs, but but for this, all intents and purposes, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Like we have the better defense. Like I know a lot of people talk about what happened in 2019, but that was Jonathan Gannon and his sorry ass defense. And if you look at the age of the defensive line, like we had Ford Expeditions trying to get Patrick Mahomes. Now we got Maseratis. Now we got AMGs. You know what I'm saying? Riding up on Patrick Mahomes, man. Like, man, look, I don't see the Kansas City Chiefs scoring more than 24 points. I do not foresee the Kansas City Chiefs scoring more than 24 points. Because if you look at the last game, man, like Patrick Mahomes, like he's not the same Patrick Mahomes he was 2 years ago. And if y'all remember that season 2 years ago, Patrick Mahomes threw for like 5,200 yards, and I think he was a runner up for MVP, or like I think he won MVP, like one of the two. And and like he had a better team back then. The Patrick Mahomes today, man, I don't know, man. Like they've been winning like a lot of close ball games. A lot of those ball games like could have went either way. And that defense, man, look, like that defense gave up 30 points. Well, no. Like they gave up almost 30 points to the Carolina Panthers. Come on, man. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about what the Chiefs can do because the defense is so much better than it was the first time that we seen these guys. The offense, Jalen is more mature. The offense is better now. We have a better, like wide receiver 3 from Quez Watkins to Jahan Dotson. I like the upgrade. Terrence Conner, yes. Saquon is a problem. But do y'all think that Saquon should win MVP at this point? Like I know a lot of the voters are only looking at the regular season. I know MVP is like a regular season award, but they have to be looking at these playoffs, man. And Saquon Barkley is on a tangent. He's on a tangent right now, man. I mean, if he were to bust out 150 yards like in this Super Bowl, he's the like one for one, was the most important. He has the best playoff run of any running back because I think he'll break that dude from Denver. God damn, what's his name? Like that running back from Denver. Like he'll break his record as being the number 1 all time in rushing yards through the regular season and the playoffs. And he'll have a Super Bowl ring. And come on, like, and this would be a great comeback story. The New York Giants didn't want to pay him. They ship him off to Philadelphia. They thought he wasn't going to be anything. And then all of a sudden, the man makes a run all the way to the Super Bowl against the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions. And he runs for $150, maybe 200. Maybe 200 because Jalen Hurts, I think Jalen Hurts is going to make all the difference. Because if y'all remember last Super Bowl when we played the Kansas City Chiefs, hold on, let me go to the comments. I don't want to miss y'all's comments. Drew Reed, Chiefs Kingdom. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Terrence. Yeah, I mean, like, I know Drew going for the Chiefs, man. Like, that's all right, man. Like, Drew, look, man, like, Drew gonna be my dog either way. Yeah, it is what it is. Two Tran. I'm a cheesehead, by the way. I know we trash right now. Look, man, like, y'all not trash. It's just that y'all gotta get a bona fide number 1. I'm saying like wide receiver. Like I know y'all got a good cast of young guys, but in today's league, man, like y'all need a bona fide 1 and 2 receiver, man. Like you gotta have that. And then Jordan Love has to stop throwing so many damn interceptions, man. Like he's gotta get that under control. Terrence Conner, the Eagles always have a great running game. Terrence Conner, like that's a lie. That is a lie, because in that Super Bowl in 2022, did you know that the running back company of Kenneth Gainwell and Miles Sanders had less than 50 yards combined? And Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher of 15 carries for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, you can't win like that. You can't win like that, man. Like, you gotta have a running game that's outside of your quarterback, and that's what we have going into this Super Bowl, because the Chiefs defense is gonna have to figure that out. Because if you stop Saquon and you load that box, because you gotta load the box. Like, you're not stopping Saquon with arm tackles from DBs, man. Like, I mean, and I know Chris Jones is a monster, but Chris Jones is gonna have a problem on his own hands, because he has to play contain. He has to make sure Jalen Hurts doesn't get outside the pocket while getting pressure, and he has to make sure that Saquon Barkley doesn't get outside of him. So that's a huge problem in itself. Now, I like George Karlaftis. I think he's a solid linebacker. So I'm not going to say that Steve Spagnuolo is not going to have a plan, but I don't think his plan is going to work, because if you stop Saquon and you load the box, then you open up for A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who have both been quiet throughout the playoffs. And then you got a better wide receiver 3 in Jahan Dotson. And then you still got to worry about Dallas Goedert. Man. And I know that on the other side of the ball, the defense has their own assignments to worry about, because, again, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's, trying to, like, pursue something that hasn't been done before, winning 3 Super Bowls in a row, which is also a myth, by the way. The Packers did it from 1929 to 1931, and then they did it again in 1966 to, I think, like 1968. Now, whether y'all want to, like, validate those or not, who cares? It's been done before, but the fact that it wasn't in the Super Bowl era, that's why people are making it such a big deal, which is so crazy, because the Packers did it twice. Like, yeah, y'all, like, look it up. The Packers have three-peated NFL championships twice. So, what Patrick Mahomes is doing, or going to potentially do, if he gets past us, I don't think he will, but it'll be amazing to see. Like, it'll be it'll be good TV. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm just rambling on. Miss your comments. The Eagles have a running game. Good riddance. Not a Chiefs fan, but you guys had no chance, right? Come on, good riddance. Come on, like, at least give us 1%. Like, can we compromise on 1%, good riddance? Two Trent, what you mean Eagles don't got no chance? You make this far, you got a shot. Thank you, Two. Thank you. Moises, Rams fans here. Good game. Hope you guys beat the Queefs. Man, look, I hope we beat these guys too, man, because we need it. And this Super Bowl is going to mean so much. It is going to mean so much to the city and to Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts were to pull off a Super Bowl, when Jalen Hurts pulls off a Super Bowl victory versus these Kansas City Chiefs, man, like, you got to put him second to Patrick Mahomes, man. You got to move him so many levels above these guys that haven't even reached the Super Bowl. You got to put him, like, above Lamar Jackson. You got to put him above Josh Allen. You got to put him, okay, like the Joe Burrow debate. No, actually, no, because Joe Burrow didn't win it. So you got to put him, like, the only quarterback that can be better than Jalen Hurts, if Jalen Hurts were to win this Super Bowl, it's Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's Patrick Mahomes. So, like, this Super Bowl is going to mean a whole lot to the city. It's going to mean a whole lot to Jalen Hurts. It's going to mean a whole lot to this defense and these young guys that haven't been to this, kind of atmosphere. It's going to mean a lot to everyone involved. Like, it's going to mean a whole lot. So, this Super Bowl is right on a lot. Brew Life HBAC 865. Yes, sir. Flag was fly, baby. Sean Mills, I know you want the Eagles to win, but Mahomes and the Chiefs always find a way to. Yeah, Sean Mills, you're right, bro. Like, whether it be a suspicious phantom call, because I still think that holding call on James Bradbury was bullshit. And in the 2022 Super Bowl, because they were playing physical all game, and then at that particular time, you decide to call that. Like, and that's just so crazy to me. Sean Mills, Nick Sirianni is a coach, riding the coattails of his team. That coach does nothing. Well, I mean, Sean Mills, like, that would be true if he wasn't the head coach. If he was somebody else, like some offensive assistant, then I could further validate what you're saying. But the fact he's a head coach and he's been to 2 Super Bowls already, I mean, I kind of can't say that, man. Nick Sirianni is going to be an all-time great, especially if he brings this home with the Super Bowl victory. Let's see. I'm a Bills fan, so I'm a little pissed. Yeah, man, you should. You should, man. And I would hate to be a Bills fan, man. Just like, I would hate to be a Bills fan since the 90s, man. Imagine going to 4 straight Super Bowls and losing. Man, I couldn't get over it. And speaking of not getting over it, I know the Commanders are not going to get over that ass whooping they took in the NFC Conference game. You gave up the most points in a conference game in NFL history. That is just crazy. Crazy work. 2 Train, y'all deserve to win. I went to Temple for school. Met some not nice folks out there. Yeah, man. I'm gonna post some flashbacks on my community wall later, because a lot of y'all like may not know this, but I was actually at the conference game in 2022 when we blew out the 49ers. Like, I was there. So going to Philadelphia is definitely an experience. I encourage anyone who has the time and the resources to go, because we know what the like economy is looking like right now. You know, like, depending on who you are, and we're going to get into more of that like on the next slide, man. Talking about these Trump executive orders, and we're gonna like debunk a lot of myths about that, you know, like with the DEI and the EOC. Like, we're gonna like debunk a lot of that shit, so be ready for that later on. Let's see. Good riddance. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, come out the bushes and salute. Oh, steady grinding, my guy. Let me make you a mod. Yes, sir. Gotcha. A Brew Life HVAC, yes sir. Been with Philly since 2002. Hey, just like me, man. Hey, Brew Life. How old is you, man? I just turned 30 last year, man. Cause I've been a fan since 2002 as well. When we went on that run to like what 4 or 5 straight NFC conference games, man. Shout out to you. 2 Tran, Mo Chiefs fans weren't alive 10 years ago. All of a sudden they come out of the woodwork. Right, man. Like, I wasn't a Chiefs fan either, but I remember the days of Alex Smith, a young Kareem Hunt, like before he got into all that trouble. Like, the Chiefs have always been a very solid team, man. Like, you didn't need to come out of the woodwork in 2018 when they started going to Super Bowls to know that the Chiefs are a very solid franchise from top to bottom. I definitely put them above the Dallas Cowboys, who we are also going to get into in a later segment. You know what I'm saying? But that's for a whole nother live. Ears to the streets, my guy. How you doing, man? Hey, y'all make sure y'all go sub up to my guy, Ears to the Streets, man. Like, he's a solid content creator. I'm saying, like, really like putting out some good information out to the streets, man. Like, y'all make sure like y'all go subscribe and all that good stuff. Very solid guy, very solid content creator. Oh, what, you 32? Bet. Hey, man. So I mean, like, you almost had the unk status like me. That's my brother's team, Cowboys. Halima, like, your brother's a Cowboy fan? Oh no, man. Come on, man. Like, you gotta convince him like to do better with himself, man. Come on, man. And I'm gonna like safely assume your brother is in his 30s, so he's never seen the like Dallas Cowboys do anything that benefited him. Like, I bet him being an Eagles fan right now would be more of a benefit to his, you know, like his psyche than being a Cowboys fan, because we've been to 2 Super Bowls already in the past few years, man. We've had some really like good players, man. The city is good, man. We popping off in the city. Let's see. Chiefs fans are like Golden State Warriors fans. Farewell. Yes, too. I agree too. Hold on, let me make you, man, because I'm saying, man, because I like what you're saying. But yeah, man, the Chiefs fans are like Golden State Warriors fans who became Golden State Warriors fans when like Steph Curry started shooting all them threes. since we were children. Dang, Halima. Come on, man. Like, hey, like you gotta buy him an Eagles fan. You know, like you gotta buy him some Eagles merch, like for his next birthday. You just surprise him with it, and we try to like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, have some resistance. Just have like, hold on, bro, hold on. Remember growing up as Cowboys fans, not seeing our team go to any Super Bowls. I know they probably went in the '90s, but we were, like still shitting in diapers then, man. Like we don't remember that, bro. So come on, man. Like put on this Eagles jersey. Like remember Donovan McNabb? Like remember Michael Vick? Remember Sean McCoy? Like remember all those NFC conference games that we were alive and mentally able to see? Remember that? Jace Reinhardt, let's go Eagles, yeah. Hey Jace, my guy, man, shout out to you. Hope you're having a good week, solid month. Hope your whole 2025 is good, man. I hope you popping bottles and at the strip after we win, man. Like all of the highest praises and all the good things I hope happen to you, Jace Reinhardt, my guy. Brew Life HVAC, most def unk status, yeah. Yeah, man. Like I saw my nephew the other day, Brew Life, and you know what I'm saying, all the old man jokes just started flaring out, man. And it kind of reminded me when I used to call my dad an old man and my uncle's an old man, and now I'm the old man. Halima, how about the Raiders? The Raiders, no. No. I'm sorry. The Raiders got like 10, 15 years to go before they're back into any kind of relevancy, man. Like they can't win for shit, and they're in the same division as Patrick Mahomes. So, and they gotta get past Denver and the LA Chargers. So, I don't know about the Raiders. A two-trend McNabb was legit. I went for the Chiefs last year. I will be pulling for the Eagles last year. Patrick Mahomes is being to be a crybaby. Yeah. I agree with that, man. David Johnson. Man, like you can't be calling for flags that's not there. But anyway, guys, man, it's been great. I gotta get back on the clock because, like all y'all, I have a regular job. But don't worry. Do not worry. We got content on the way because we got to debunk a lot of these Trump executive orders that the media is trying to spin in a negative light, especially about these tariffs, man. Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop all this fear mongering, man. Like, I know Trump ain't the greatest president ever, but to say that, like, he's just, tearing the country apart with what he's doing is just some fear mongering tactic by the left to, you know what? We'll save it for another live. So, remember, guys, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate all you guys for showing up and showing out for your boy. Get this channel in the algorithm. Love doing it with you guys. And we got more content, guys. So remember, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And your boy is out here.